Rosemary Castillo, and I did my project on COVID-19. For my data set, I'm going to use a data set from the Pew Research Center. You do have to sign up for an account in order to download their data sets, but they're really thorough and worth it. Here I am at their home website. I go to dataset, from there select a topic. I select social and demographic trends. Scroll down and I found my dataset, COVID-19, late March 2020. I already downloaded it, but once you do, it will be a zip file that you can just double click and open. What I really like is that they have really good explanations of the way they conducted their survey and this file, ATP W64 questionnaire, has the codes and what they'll all mean. In order to open up the SAV file, I go to Tableau and select Open Workbook and find my file. Double click and here it loads. At first, this can look really confusing, but remember that this is coded and you'll need to refer to the PDF file in order to decode it. This is a survey that was conducted all across the United States with over 11,000 respondents. I would have to know what region everyone who responded is in so that we could look at what the happiness level. The first information I'd like to look at is how COVID-19 changed American lives. The variable COVID-CHG answers this question. Because there are so many variables, it's best to use the search bar to find this. First, I'm going to add it as a dimension and change this to label. Next, I'm going to add it, but not as a sum because I want to know how many district number 3s and number 2s there are. Now, number 99 just means that there was no answer, and for my project, I don't want to include it, but it actually might be important. So this is a case-by-case decision. I'm going to click and exclude. I'm going to add count again because otherwise my pie chart will be all the same color. I select color, then go to the drop-down box and select pie. I'm going to drag COVID change to angle and change to count. To make this bigger, on a MacBook, I select Command, Shift, and B. I want to remove the decimal places, so I'm going to select the drop-down and change to discrete. Now, here, the label is for what particular answer they gave, 1, 2, or 3. But if I want to see the actual number along with the pie graph, I can just add another variable here. Change it to count and change it here to text. Now, let's say I want to look at this and at how this compares between people who are Republican versus Democrat. I created a new sheet. The variable is party line. I'm going to first drag it over to filter because I only want to include numbers 1 and 2, 1 for Republican, 2 for Democrat. Double click all values and select range of values 1 to 2. Now we're going to do the same thing with COVID CHG. We're going to select range 1 to 3, where 1 is major change, 2 is some, and 3 is no change. Now we can start adding our variables. I want to see Repub versus Dem, so I'm going to put this in my column. I'm also going to add it as a dimension. Change to discrete. Next, add it as a discrete count under marks. Change to text. Now I want to add my COVID CHG as a dimension under marks. Detail default. I'm also going to add it as a count in the row and add it as an attribute under marks and change it to color. We want to change this to discrete.